explain that these are the kind of games where you're undermanned. To some degree, you could play with nothing to lose. These games can even be fun. What did you sense about the team's approach to this game and how loose you guys are able to play?
I talked about it after last game when we kind of knew what the roster was going to look like, that the focus is going to be on what we can't do without a traditional center and, depth at that position. We could flip it on its head and play fast and create chaos and make them defend, 5 guys being able to play make and space. And, we for the first half, it's kind of a shootout. But in the third quarter, we managed to, get some stops, and we obviously rebounded pretty well, and that fueled our offense. Kelly was awesome, picking and choosing the spots, being aggressive, decisive, using all that space to his advantage. And Draymond, obviously, his energy was crazy. Getting everybody involved. Playmaking at the top of the key. We were flying around on both ends of the floor, and everybody got involved. So it was kind of like you said, it was a fun way to play for sure, but it was fast paced and a lot of energy, and that's what it's supposed to look like with 9 undersized guys.
What do you think you can learn during this stretch of games where you're playing so untraditional when you do have centers back, and what can you implement from this to a normal lineup?
It's tricky because I think a team like Dallas, we knew kind of coming in that they have small ball lineups. San Antonio is going to be like that a couple after the next game, and so you make adjustments based on who you're playing. It'd be good, I'm sure, for Wise to see how that ball was moving, and he can play that way as well, but still dominate the game the way he is capable of with his size and his presence at the rim. But for everybody that stepped foot on the floor tonight, we talk about ball movement and body movement and just hitting the open guy and cutting. That was probably our best, execution for 48 of that type of basketball. So hopefully everybody understood how fun it was when things were clicking and everybody was getting looks and feeling, part of the offense.
Steph, how has your personal on-court chemistry with Kelly been evolving since the start of the season?
It's evolving just in terms of him being comfortable where his looks are going to come. And I use the word decisive a lot. It's when you get the ball, just knowing where your options are and making quick decisions. And not all the time that means, getting a shot. That just might be swinging it and cutting, or, making a drive, drawing 2, kicking it to the open guy, taking the open shot without hesitating, and just making those reads. So we try to communicate a lot because it is a learning, curve there in terms of being able to make those reads and split decisions quickly. And, he's getting comfortable, I think, by the game. It's just a matter of him knocking down shots, and eventually that was going to come, and now hopefully being able to sustain that. So I think I credit him so much. He doesn't lose confidence in anything, no matter what the chatter is or how he's playing. So that leads to a game like tonight.
Steph, what's the biggest upside, or not just for you, but for the entire team of this Ricky, Bobby rhythm type of basketball you guys are playing today?
What's the reference on that one?
Ricky, Bobby? No?
Yeah. I know
Talladega Nights?
I know the Talladega Nights. I'm trying to figure out the connection.
I want to go fast.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I was overthinking it. I thought if you ain't first, you're last. I didn't know what.
No, I want to go fast.
Respect. It's just fun, a fun way to play, and again, everybody was involved. Being a threat out there to, finish a possession or create the domino effect, and you can tell how demoralizing it is for the defense in those type of situations. you take one thing away, you swing it, everybody's rotating, swing it to the open guy, somebody's getting a dunk, somebody's getting a back cut, somebody's getting an open three. And obviously, thankfully, shots went down tonight. So it was a lot of, great energy.
Hey, Steph, it looks like you and Luka are going to be the starting backcourt for the Western Conference in the AllStar Game this season. So after 12 seasons, is the AllStar Game something you still look forward to? And how does it differ from last season?
I'm not sure yet. Obviously, staying in the moment, man. A lot of time before we get to March, but obviously being honored and obviously fans voting and, the coaches and other players, it's something I don't ever take for granted. And you obviously appreciate that recognition for sure. And we'll see about what the game looks like. There's obviously a lot to find out about how that's going to come to light. So not ready to talk about that yet.
Hey, Steph,
Hi,
there's
Steph.
obviously big challenges this season for you guys. What parts of your game on the court or what parts of your mental approach, even just when you're off the court, are you finding that at this age, at this point in your career, you can kind of take out of your bag that you might not have had prior to all those championships or anything like that?
I mean, it's a little bit of everything. It's just the experience of understanding what winning basketball is like. And, you don't know until you find out. And so I think for us to bring that, obviously myself, Draymond on the court, Klay in the locker room for now, what that day-to-day kind of sacrifice, commitment, work ethic looks like, how you deal with adversity, when things aren't going your way, bringing the right attitude. And I think mostly it's just composure on the court. Nothing really rattles us at this point. Even when games aren't going our way, we kind of still find our resolve and a resiliency to it, and that comes with experience and accomplishments and success. And even though our team looks a lot different right now, we bring that same vibe. So everybody kind of picks up on that.
And you mentioned Klay. How much do you talk to him about specific games, specific moments on court, or is it more just, hey man, how you doing?
A little bit of everything. He's obviously on the trip now, so he's staying engaged in terms of thinking the game and being around, which is huge, obviously, with him being out so long. So most of that's natural. It's just he's over on the bench talking trash, not a surprise, and he's being engaged. So it's nice to have him around. It's kind of the part of what we can do to help him get through this year of rehab and come back ready to be a part of the fray again. Has
he told you anything useful?
No, he just yells shortbread every time I miss a shot that hits the front rim, and that's a pet peeve of mine as a shooter, and he knows how to kind of rattle me on that one. So that's it.
Thanks.
Hi, Steph. Maria Vidal for Top Deportes in Latin America. We saw you pretty happy and comfortable out there. So what did you like the most from your game and your teammates' game, especially Kelly's game?
That it was obviously a good bounce back game from last game at home, and I think it's just a good energy knowing that we had a short lineup with 9 guys healthy and different look. It was small ball and all that, but we figured it out. And for Kelly, obviously happy to see a guy have a career night and help our team win and just the way we were able to open the game up in the third quarter was awesome to see. So it's obviously winning is fun. We all know that, and you got to enjoy it.
Hey, Steph.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hey, Steph. I want to know your Landon Buford from LandonBuford.com, but I want to know, I guess, Luka's progression in your eyes from when you trained to him and then obviously turning into a young superstar in this league.
I mean, you just got to watch him play, and you can kind of answer that for yourself. He's dynamic inside, the paint, outside, playmaking. Seems like he's never rushing. and you know the numbers look great, but I think for a guy to have put that together over the first, his first 3 years and been that consistent, it's pretty remarkable. So this guy is going to be around for a very long time, and he just looks comfortable, at this level, and that's half the battle right there.
If you mentioned that Kelly's confidence hasn't changed, what have you been saying to him when he is going through these peaks and valleys throughout the season to keep him in the middle?
It is just that. I mean, we don't get too high on the highs and too low on the lows. And I think from the jump, when we came into training camp, there was a lot to figure out on the fly. And there's got to be a patience around it in terms of we're not going to be perfect every night. He's not, when he doesn't have good games and things kind of change from night to night, that he has to stay engaged, stay aware, see what we're trying to accomplish as a group and what he can do individually, find, where his spots are going to be. I think the biggest thing is that he can impact, games with his energy and his defensive presence and discipline. And then offensively, that's gonna come with just more reps and understanding, how we're trying to execute on that end of the floor. So I think a lot of it is just the patience. And the one thing is you just got to block out the noise. Everybody's going to critique every single thing. And if you ride that emotional roller coaster, you're going to be in for a long year. So one thing he can't control is his energy, his effort, and that's always, present when he's out there on the floor. And got a lot of respect for a guy like that, with how the season has gone so far.